Hello, and welcome to my top 5 games of 2013. These are the games that this is opinion, that I loved in 2013, that I have played in 2013, that I have continued playing in 2013, and will continue playing non-stop. All the games that I have probably listed today on this list will be on my channel someday. Be it either when it's out of early access or when I have the time. So, shall we begin with number 5? I would love to, but I don't know what it is. So, compiling the list of my top 5, I have 1 through 4 already. I knew exactly what 1 through 4 is, but I have no idea what number 5 is. I have my list here. I have either Hammerwatch, Skullgirls, Unepic, or some Borderlands 2 DLC. And I don't know what I want to pick. All the games were great, and all of them were great. I love the games, and I had my urgings to put on the number 5 slot the Borderlands 2 DLC of the Thanksgiving Headhunters mission. That one was actually the better of the two, comparatively to the Halloween one, which, while the boss fight was nice, it was not, and it looked nice too. It was a very nice place, but it was terrible. I didn't like it. But the Thanksgiving one was hilarious. It was a nice Hunger Games parody. It was a Borderlands DLC. It was what, if you loved Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep, you would love the Thanksgiving one, just as a recommendation. But I didn't want to do that as my only top 5, because as you may have seen the previous video that I just recorded, I said Borderlands 2 DLC for the number 10 slot. So I didn't really want to do that. So that one was out of the question, and I loved it. It was really good, so I recommend that to you. I played Skullgirls, as you know. I played that. But I've stopped playing that because I am terrible at it. I'm literally terrible at it. I love the game. I would love... I'm definitely going to pick up all the DLC characters because I still want to play the game. I want to continue playing and stuff. The artwork is great. The mechanics are great. And if I learn a little bit more, I probably can become okay. But as a keyboard, I'm a little limited. So I want to get like a fight stick, maybe tiny one, very cheap fight stick. But I'm not quite sure about that. So it was another consideration. Hammerwatch was a great dungeon crawler. I made this comment before on the previous video that I have been interested in dungeon crawlers recently because of Legend of Grimrock. And I've played Legend of Dungeon, which should be on this list too, actually. So Legend of Dungeon 2. But Hammerwatch came up, and it was really good. All the exploration, the killing, and stuff. Plus, it's multiplayer. I have a plan for if I get a 360 or another USB controller thing. I'm losing my words. If I get that, I will probably do some Can I Plays with Lanchester DS on technically all the games that I can do that with Risk of Rain, with my Legend of Dungeon, with Hammerwatch. Hopefully, he will enjoy. Oh, and also Skullgirls, and maybe Skullgirls. So, but any of the games I can do that with. So hopefully, but Hammerwatch was also a great one. And then finally, Unepic. Even though Unepic technically was created, I think, a few years last year, in 2012 or 2011. I'm not quite sure, but it came out in Steam, still early access, by the way. And I picked it up, and I really like it. I really like it. I haven't finished it yet, because I stopped playing, but then they started updating it even more, because of the early access stuff. So I want to continue playing it, but I know that there's still more stuff, so I might want to start it over again. I'm not sure. But all the games that I just listed, I cannot choose from. So I have no top number 5 spot. I would go for a number 10, but I don't have 10. So I'm at a weird spot here. So all the games I've just listed, number 5 in my categories. Boom! There's my number 5. On the number 4 slot, because I know what this one is, it is Archblade. If you do not know what this game is, I do not blame you. This is an early access free-to-play where you... How do I describe this? How do they describe this? Picture Dota or League of Legends. More League of Legends because of the cartoony art style. strip away everything about League of Legends that you know except the characters and their fighting, right? Then map that to something that you would fight with Street Fighter or Skullgirls. And then map that to button clicks and mouse presses in a third-person stance. You have Archblade. It is a really fun game. They still need to tweak it, and there's a very small community, but it's a very nice community, I think. I don't know, there was a few people. But it's a very good place to start. It's a really fun game. And I would love to support these people. The people that created this game. I already have. I bought one of the characters instead of, grinding some gold and stuff. And I don't mistake the purchase because I want to support them. Note for anyone that wants to play Archblade. When you get it, of course, it is a free-to-play, but all the characters are able to be bought. If you pay, this $20 fee thing, you can get all the characters right off the bat. If you don't, you are given enough gold to buy 2 characters. What I recommend is to play the training mode first, after you've done the instruction manual and the instructions on how to play the game. And then do the training mode, see which characters you like, and then pick from that. You have pick 2 characters for that. That is what I recommend, and then play as those characters to get enough gold. I still don't have enough gold. It takes a while to get enough gold. It really does, just for one character. And play the game. Because I can see this. I can actually see the fact that it's a free-to-play, you pick 2 characters that you don't know anything about, and you play them, and you don't like how they're playing. So you want to play different characters. But they cost $5 each, which is fine. I completely am fine with that. You also $5 each for a skin. That's actually what fighting games do. You pay for skins sometimes. So technically, it's a great model of paying free-to-play stuff. It actually is a very nice model. But people will be like, oh, I don't like playing as these 2 characters. I have to buy them? No, fuck it. Let's not play this anymore. So if you get the wrong character to start off with, you may not like the game as much. So I recommend trying all the characters before you pick them. My number 3 spot goes to Prison Architect. This game is inspired by Bullfrog, the old company that did these manager games. You might know them most for Theme Hospital. I never thought I would like that kind of game. I never did, until I played Prison Architect, and I love it. If you know me from my Legend of Grimrock stuff, you know that I like to keep an organized inventory. Very organized inventory. And playing a prison building simulator, you build the prison, and I found that I've been playing it mostly just for the right places to put everything. I have this certain amount of money, and I want to put everything in the prison with just that certain amount of money. And I've succeeded in doing that for the past couple updates, but it's getting harder, and I really like that. So I've been playing it every single update and every single time, and I've really enjoyed the game immensely. And I would recommend it to you if you're a child of the Bullfrog age. Even though I wasn't, I would think that you would like it. Number 2 on the list is BioShock Infinite. It's number 2 on the list, then what's number 1? Well, I'll tell you that later. BioShock Infinite is my number 2 on the list. Why? Well, it wasn't perfect. The story was great, the game was great, everything about it was great. Was it perfect, though? No, there were a few problems. Now that I've played it again, I realize, yes, the gunplay wasn't as good as I thought it was. So I was wrong. But the game is great. I always say this about any BioShock game. If I had my memory wiped, I would play BioShock all the time. Because the twists and turns of both the first BioShock and BioShock Infinite would get me all the time. I will note, though, that the BioShock Infinite, if I didn't know how it would end, thank you to troll spoiler people, if I didn't know how it ended, I would probably have rated this number 1, because I would have had that holy shit moment, like I had in the Burial at Sea DLC Episode 1. The end of that one, I had no clue about, and yeah, it gave me that great BioShock moment, and being though that the DLC wasn't that good, the ending was fantastic, and it gave me that feeling. So if I had that in Infinite, I probably would have rated this as number 1. But I didn't. so it is not. Number 1 on my list is my favorite game this year. I love this game. It is called Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain is a marriage between 2 other games that I really love. If Binding of Isaac and FTL had a child, it would be Risk of Rain. I love Binding of Isaac because it takes some skill and some luck and item knowing. You have to know every single item in the game to know like how to survive and what is good paired together and stuff, and I'm really good at that. I love memorizing that kind of stuff. And then FTL, you get the skill and the luck. Mostly skill, though, because one wrong move and your ship is exploded. And going through place to place on the starship is great, and I also can't wait for the update to FTL. I am really looking forward to that, and I might be doing that as a Can I Play? But Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain takes both of those and mixes it into both of them very together. You have the skill, you have the set of attacks and stuff. It flows very well. The combat is great, and I love the game. I love the detail that goes into the game. After you get an item, or after you get a monster log, every single item has a description. Every single monster has a backstory. That amount of detail is great, and the gameplay is even better. It's slightly platformy, which is nice, slightly random generated, which I am very into the New Age rogue type. The rogue-esque type, if you want to call it that, but I like to call it New Age rogue. I am immensely interested in the New Age rogue, and that's probably my favorite kind of game. So, having Risk of Rain as that kind of slightly generated stuff, kind of pathing and whatnot, you then have the game Risk of Rain that is what it is, and it is beautiful. I recommend it to anyone. I want to play more Risk of Rain. I still haven't gotten every single unlocked character. I just have 2 left. Minor, and then beat the game 5 times, which I don't know what that one is, actually. Either way, as Risk of Rain is my top number 1 game of 2013, I cannot wait to find out what 2014 has to offer. Will it be one of the games I mentioned in my last video, the top 10 games I have not played yet but I still want to play? Will it be one of those? Or will it be something that I have no idea about? I don't know, and I'm looking forward to it. So, as a wrap-up, we have, on the number 5 spot, a whole bunch of shit. On the number 4 spot, Archblade. Definitely something to check out. On the number 3 spot, Prison Architect. If you are just wanting to get into it, go right ahead. If you want to wait until it's out of early access, I recommend it either way, now or in early access. Now, as it's in early access, or when it comes out, I recommend it both times. BioShock Infinite, it's still a great game to play. Even though, if you know the ending of the game, it's still a great game to play. And number 1, Risk of Rain. Get Risk of Rain! This has been my top 5 video games of 2013. Hopefully next year will be great. If you have your favorite game of the year, please tell me below in the comment section. I may agree with you. I may have forgotten a game that I have played early on in the year, and I may want to change my list because I have that kind of memory. So if you have a game that you really, really loved, tell me. Also, like, favorite, subscribe, and all that shit. I have a Twitter. Please say hi or follow me. Yeah. Other stuff is coming soon, as another vlog will come out later in the month. Hopefully, you have a great Christmas or other holiday that you are enjoying. And I will see you next time.